on the 18th. It wasn't a lie, it wasn't a cover-up. They could only deal with what they had at the time. Then they're told he died on the 14th. So it's very obvious that John George didn't buy his own ticket. So we can't now say, well, Billy lied. Billy lied about it. Billy's like literally twisted about the ticket. No, he told you what he knew. He told you what he knew at the time. And it's the authorities who have said, oh no, the ticket was bought after he was already dead. So then they've updated us about that fact. So I just can't understand that people have got that small a brain that they can't figure that out. That, do you know what I mean? When someone goes missing, they didn't know where he was. He was a missing person. Then they started to get bits of information. They've always updated that. They said, he's dead, he's been shot. It's not a missing person, we're looking for my son's body. They were quite open and honest about that. And I bet they still had a little bit of hope, but at the same time they've been told. So Nikki, the original post-mortem has come back from Spain that said he was stabbed to death before he was shot. No, he was stabbed, then shot to death. I've got a couple of cases I'm looking into today, so I've just got a million things going on. The solicitor representing the family of John George has confirmed that he was stabbed before being shot. What was that? Breaking news, drugs charges against John George withdrawn as court told he's been murdered. Well, that makes sense. Let me just put this up. So we talk about this. I think I'm going to sneeze. What are you chewing now? Oh, my fucking trainer again. My dog's got more shoes than fucking shoes on, and I've literally taken 7 stab before being shot as they announced they've ordered a second autopsy in the case. Nightmare. Mr. George was reported missing after he failed to return home from Spain in December, and then they keep going on about his body and that. I'm not going to do that. In a statement issued on Wednesday afternoon, the family solicitor, Kevin Winters, said the family are encouraged by the confirmation of the arrest warrants being issued for a suspect in the case. We can confirm the family has received an autopsy report from the Spanish authorities, the finding point to John having been stabbed before shot. As a precautionary measure and in order to make sure we have absolute clarity on the cause of death, we've instructed another pathologist to conduct a second autopsy on John's remains. In the past few days, we've been liaising with the family together with the coroner's office, the appointed pathologist and the nominated funeral director on the logistics of engaging in this very sensitive matter. Hey, Cheryl. It is hoped the second autopsy will be completed at some stage early next week, and in the interim, the family are encouraged by the latest developments confirming the issuing of arrest warrants for the suspect in relation to John's murder. They are hopeful that all engaged authorities will pursue the implementation of the warrants. And then I'm just gonna, so basically, yes, he was stabbed first to make sure he couldn't get away, basically. And then he was shot horrifically. So that is the thing. And then there's a new, so I just want to make this very clear. This is very important to the case, and it's the only reason I'm going to talk about any drugs at all. A lot of people are, I'll just let her eat the puddly ears. A lot of people have made out that John George was killed because he had got caught with 30k of cannabis in a taxi, and then because he owed all this money back, or because he had informed to the police, that's why he died. This is proof he didn't inform to anyone. He was still up on charges related to it, and they have just decided that they have dropped all the charges because he's dead and he can't face them. So the fact that people are running with that 30k thing, and people have been going, yeah, but he's got to pay back that, and oh, that's why he got arrested, he never got convicted, it's because he'd grassed, and that's why people are mad at him. It's not true. He was still up on those charges. So people need to let go of that as well. I said the 37-year-old faced prosecution over the seizure of 30k worth of cannabis from a taxi when he was stopped in, but a judge at Belfast Magistrate Court agreed to end the case. So that's just the latest in that. So people need to collect the relevant news before you realise that that's a motive. And I've said since day one, he didn't die for drugs. He didn't die over any kind of drug. There wasn't any kind of shipment, any kind of deals, any kind of anything. He didn't go over there for that reason. That wasn't what it was about.